Are we all seeing what is happening out there? Close the beach and parks, open the beach and parks. Close the borders, open the borders. Open your restaurants, close your restaurants. And now a debate on the resolution to extend the state of emergency until a vaccine for COVID-19 is produced. I don't know how you guys feel about this one-man rule, but I am not liking it. This really feels like a dictatorship government. Are we now the Communist Party of the Bahamas? Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Alliyah Lewis, and this is your DNA Week in Review. Listen, the leader of the Democratic National Alliance was on fire last week. She made appearances on a number of shows, but did you hear her on the headlines this past Monday? Mistress Komalafi called the competent authority out on their lack of logic and rationale in decision-making amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Her comments came after the Bahamas broke a single-day record in the amount of reported cases. Mrs. Orinthia Komalafi expressed her disappointment in the government when it became clear that they were placing the blame on the Bahamian people for the spike in cases, and she urged the competent authority to take responsibility. Beaches and parks are now closed. This became official on Sunday before last during the Prime Minister's pre-recorded national address. Is there any data or evidence that is leading to the decisions to shut down these public venues? Well, DNA leader Orinthia Komalafi says no, there is not. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but something seems a bit fishy surrounding the immediate closure of the Arawak and Portishead establishments. Why is it that mainly Bahamian-owned businesses were the ones that were ordered to close down? And you know who else feels this way? DNA Men's Alliance President Keno Lockhart. In a press statement, Mr. Lockhart challenges the closure of the Arawak and Portishead, questioning why were these particular venues shut down while other restaurants remained open? How will these vendors survive and provide for their families? And will NIB be able to assist and sustain persons impacted by this decision? The president of the Men's Alliance urges the government to reconsider. For this full statement, please click the link in the description below. Now, as we all know, there were new ministerial appointments Sunday before last, but one that stood out was the appointment of Mr. Travis Robinson. Now, the Young Democrats Alliance, led by Shakira Lightbourne, congratulates Mr. Robinson on his reinstatement as Parliamentary Secretary for the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation. But I have a question. How and why now? We all remember he was terminated from his original position for going against the government, correct? Well, President of the YDA stresses that the system of governments must change. Many of you ask, what is the DNA going to do when they become the government? And today, I am going to give you 3 things, so listen carefully. 1. The DNA will push for the implementation of an effective Freedom of Information Act. 2. Progressive energy reform is at the top of the DNA's agenda. And 3. While the DNA gradually moves the Bahamas to a democratic republic government system, removing the Queen as head of state, the DNA supports an elected Senate. Tune in later this week as I reveal 3 more policies and plans that the DNA will put in place or work towards upon being elected as the next government of the Bahamas. Are you ready for a real change, Bahamas? Are you ready to vote in a competent team that don't just talk the talk, but actually walks the walk? A team that will put Bahamians first and won't rest until we, the Bahamian people, can feel and see prosperity for each and every one of us? I know I am. And if you are too, you know what you must do. Register to vote, donate, like, subscribe, and follow our social media pages. Oh, and don't forget to leave a like, heart, or a comment if you like what you've heard today. Well, that's all for today. This is the DNA Week in Review. Until next time, Bahamas.